Good morning. This is Akashvani Kohima. The morning news read by Jonas Yandan. ISRO's Aditya L1, the first space-based Indian observatory to study the sun, will be launched on the 2nd of September at 11:50 hours from Sriharikota space station in Andhra Pradesh. ISRO informed that it will launch the PSLV C-57 for the Aditya L1 mission. The satellite will be placed in a halo orbit around the Lagrange point L1 of the Sun-Earth system, which is about 1.5 million kilometers from the Earth. It will take around 4 months to reach the Lagrange point. The advantage of a halo orbit around the L1 point is that the satellite can observe the solar activities without any obstruction by other celestial activities like eclipse. Aditya L1 mission is to study the solar winds and the sun's atmosphere. It will carry 7 payloads to observe the photosphere, chromosphere, and the outermost layers of the sun, namely the corona. ISRO has invited the citizens to witness the launch of PSLC C-57 launch from the viewing gallery at Sriharikota by registering at their website. Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday had a telephone conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin and discussed bilateral, regional and global issues. The two leaders reviewed progress on a number of issues of bilateral cooperation and exchanged views on regional and global issues of mutual concern, including the recently concluded BRICS summit in Johannesburg. During the conversation, President Putin conveyed his inability to attend the G20 summit in New Delhi on the 9th and 10th of next month. He informed that Russia would be represented by its foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov. While expressing an understanding of Russia's decision, Modi thanked President Putin for his country's consistent support to all initiatives under India's G20 presidency. Both the leaders also agreed to remain in touch. Today is National Sports Day. The day is celebrated on 29th of August every year to commemorate the birth anniversary of legendary hockey player Major Dhyan Chand. On the occasion, Union Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports, Anurag Singh Thakur, will launch key initiatives on Indian sports at a function in New Delhi. Meanwhile, Department of Youth Resources and Sports, Nagaland, on the occasion will give away cash award to the meritorious sportspersons of the state. 5 coaches of different fields of sports will also receive state awards. A chapter on National War Memorial, a homage to our brave soldiers, has been included in the SCERT curriculum of Class 7 from this year. Its objective is to inculcate the values of patriotism, devotion to duty, and courage and sacrifice among school children and increase the participation of youth in nation building. This initiative was jointly undertaken by Ministry of Defence and Ministry of Education. The chapter highlights the history, significance and concept of National War Memorial in addition to the supreme sacrifice made by the brave hearts of the armed forces in the service of the nation post-independence. In the chapter, 2 friends exchanged letters and shared their feelings of gratitude for the freedom they enjoy due to the sacrifices made by the brave hearts. Indian Army has declared the result of past candidates of online common entrance examination conducted during 17 to 27 April 2023. The result is accessible on Join Indian Army website. The shortlisted and not shortlisted candidates have been intimated through mail. The shortlisted candidates can now download their admit cards for upcoming rally using the login credentials. Army Recruiting Office, Rangapahar, will conduct recruitment rally of the shortlisted candidates of Nagaland from 13 to 14 September at Rangapahar Military Station, Dimapur. Indian Army further advised the shortlisted candidates who have not yet received their admit cards to approach Army Recruiting Office, Rangapahar, using email ID at swargokila@nic.in and mobile number 8974958673 to obtain the same. And in sports, India has won the Women's Asian Hockey 5S World Cup qualifier by defeating Thailand 7-2 in the final of the tournament in Salalah, Oman yesterday. Earlier in the day, the Indian women's team defeated Malaysia in the semi-final of the tournament by 9-5. With a win in the semi-final, India became the second Asian team after the host Oman to qualify for the Women's Hockey 5S World Cup to be held the next year. The inaugural edition of the Hockey 5S World Cup will be held in Muscat from 24th to 27th of January next year. With that, we come to the end of the morning news. Have a nice day.